how we optimize an Amazon advertising campaign to get a lower SEOs and more sales. So in this video, I will share with you how we optimize the advertising account for this Amazon seller who just started working with us. Let's get started. Okay, here we are in the advertising console, and as you can see, the data range by default will be always the last 30 days, and in this account for the last 30 days we spent $150,000. But what we like to do when we analyze an account, we want to improve an account, is to analyze the last 7 days. Because in the last 30 days a lot of things can change, but when we want to analyze, okay, where should we put our focus, which campaign should we focus on, last 7 days is the good data range we want to analyze, because we want to see, okay, what are the campaigns that recently are spending the most. Okay, so here I'm going to analyze this campaign that is spending the most. So I sort the campaigns by spend, data range last 7 days, and I'm going to open in a new tab this campaign. Okay, so here we have our campaign. I see that we already renamed this campaign, so this campaign has a clear naming structure where we have the name of the product, the campaign type, so sponsored product, sponsored brand, sponsored brand video, sponsored display. In this case, this is a sponsored product, and I see that is SP/broad, so it means that it's a sponsored product broad match, so it means that we have only broad match inside, and after we have the parenthesis, and after other nomenclature. So this is the first thing we highly suggest to do for your account, and this is something we already did for this account. Rename the campaign name. So making sure the campaign name has a simple and clear naming structure, so it's easy to understand what's going on inside, and it's easy to optimize. The second step is to make sure you have a simple campaign structure. So with simple campaign structure, we mean that we have only one ad group inside each campaign. So we don't want to have too many ad groups inside each campaign, because if we increase the spend for our campaign and we have multiple ad groups inside one campaign, what will happen? Will happen that the spend will not go through the ad group that we want, but will be spread across all 3 ad groups, and we have no control. So if an ad group has a very high SEOs, it would be very difficult to tell Amazon, please don't increase the budget for this ad group. Amazon will decide where to put the spend. Remember, keep it simple. One campaign, one ad group, clear naming system. So here we have clear naming system. And the third thing we want to check inside this campaign, we want to make sure we don't have too many targets inside the campaign. So I open this tab. I'm going to analyze only enable keyword, and I can see that we have only 4 keywords inside. This is good, so it means that we don't have too many targets inside the campaign. And I would say, like, if you see that inside your campaign you have more than 30, 50 enabled keyword inside your ad group, that is a problem. Why that? Because it means that our spend will be spread across too many targets, and that could lead to an increase of wasted ad spend. So what we suggest to have less than 30 keywords per campaign, or less if your conversion rate is lower. So the lower your conversion rate for your account, the lower the amount of keyword inside your ad groups. So make sure that you don't have more than 30 keywords per campaign. In this account we have 4, so that's great. So overall, I see that the structure of the campaign is well done. So we have only one ad group inside, we don't have too many keywords, we have a clear naming structure. So now let's go and check, okay, other metrics for this campaign. Okay, the next thing we can check for this campaign is placement. So if you go under your campaign, under placement, what we can check here, we can see, okay, where are we putting our money? For what are we optimizing for this campaign? And I can see that we're getting, in the last 7 days, we're getting a lot of clicks on top of search, a lot of clicks on result search, and some clicks on product pages. And the one that is not performing very well is product page. So what we could do here, we could keep decreasing the bid for our campaign, and keep increasing the placement for top of search and result search. So what does it mean? That we will get clicks only on keyword by getting clicks only on top of search and result search, and we will not get clicks anymore on product pages, because product pages we see it is not performing very well. One thing here is that you could change the range to last 30 days to get more information about this campaign. So you can see that this campaign was spending quite a lot on product pages and was not performing as well as the other 2 placement. So here for sure we want to keep optimizing the placement. We will do soon a video on how to optimize the placement, how you can change the bid and the placement. So if you want to get more information, subscribe to the channel and you will get a notification when that will be live. So for sure, like here, what we want to do, we want to keep decreasing the bid and we want to keep increasing the placement for rest of search and top of search, because we don't want to get clicks here because we know that it's not performing and we don't have control over the products we are getting clicks. So this is one thing. So this is an optimization we would do for the placement. And this is something I would highly suggest to analyze for your top spending campaign. Okay, now let's go and check the budget. So how much are we spending for this campaign? For this campaign, I said we're spending around 270. We got a spike in the past few days. And I see our budget is 250. So the idea is that the campaign is only out of budget because our budget is 250 and we are spending on a daily basis now in the last 2 days $280, $270. So what is telling me that there is an opportunity. When we are running out of budget for a campaign, it means that there is an opportunity that we could scale the campaign. We could do better for this campaign. Or we could save money because maybe we were wasting money. And now we're going to see how we can optimize the campaign. So we could spend the same amount but with a lower SOS so we can get more ad sales. So let's check how we can do that. But here we found the problems, let's fix the problem. So we saw that the campaign is running out of budget, so we are spending too much. Can we increase the budget? But before doing that, we can increase the budget, but before doing that, it's better to analyze the campaign first, in details. So we analyzed the placement, so we found a way that we could optimize where we get the clicks. The next step is to analyze the keyword. So as we said before, we have only 4 keywords inside this ad group, and only one is spending. So what we could do here, we could keep active only this keyword and pause all the others. So we will have a single keyword campaign. So we have full control over this keyword. Okay, another thing that I see for this ad group is that is a broad match, as we discussed before from the naming structure. So I know that the keyword and search term are different. If the keyword is red shoes in broad match, I know that the search term will not be only red shoes, will be everything related to red shoes. So I know that here there could be a lot of wasted ad spend. What is wasted ad spend? Wasted ad spend is clicks with no sales. So let's analyze, so now that we analyze the keyword, we say, okay, we could keep active only this one. So we have full control over the bid and the placement. And I see that I don't like to check the bid at the beginning. The bid is the last thing I want to touch because the problem could be not on the bid but on the search term or on the ads. So let's analyze that first. So I'm going to under the search term and I'm going always to analyze the last 7 days and sort by spend. And here what I want to find wasted ad spend. I want to find search terms that are not relevant for our product and that we are spending for. For example, if we're selling red shoes and I see that our customer search term, so under this tab, I'm getting clicks for blue shoes, I want to negative phrase blue shoes. And for example, in this account, okay, I see that these are the 2 biggest keywords in our niche. And if I scroll down, I see that, for example, this word, no drill, could be a search term that is not relevant for our product. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to analyze only this word, only these 2 words in this campaign, and I'm going to see the performance across the last 30 days. So I'm trying to find a word or search terms that are not relevant for our product, but we're still spending for. So I see that for this word, we are getting orders and clicks. So it's fine, it's not a good search term to negate. But as soon as I find something that is not relevant, for example, this one, it looks like it's not relevant. If I find a search term that is not relevant for our product, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this search term, go under negative targeting, add the negative keyword, and I'm going to add here the negative phrase if it's not relevant at all, this word for our product. Or if it's a search term that is not relevant, only this kind of search term, I'm going to put here the search term and I will add the keyword. So the idea here is that we want to decrease the wasted ad spend, because if I filter only filter says equal to 0, so in total we got 300 3,800 clicks. And if I filter only sales equal to 0, I see that 875 search term got more than 1,500 clicks with no order. So I see that $2,600 with no order. So in order I could save a lot of money if I keep refining the search term. So if I keep adding negative exact and negative phrase. This is kind of a long process to do, but that can help you a lot, especially for your top spending campaigns. So for that reason, we keep adding negative keyword for this campaign to keep refining the campaign. Because broad match campaigns are amazing because we have a very low CPC compared to exact match campaign, but we need to refine the campaign. So keep refining the campaigns, keep adding negative keyword in exact and phrase to make sure you're targeting the right search term for your product. Okay, now that we analyze this, what we like to analyze is to analyze the ads. So as here, if I go under ads, under my ad group, I can see that we have multiple ads inside, and I can see that almost all of them are performing quite well, but this one is outperforming all the others with 23% SOS. So what we could do here, we don't like to stop something that is working, so we don't like to stop, like for example this one, I would not suggest to stop this product because it's selling quite a lot, like 157 orders. So first, since we don't have any product is not performing that bad, if we had a product that is as an SOS of 80-90%, I would suggest yes, stop the ads because it's not performing at all. But first here I would suggest let's improve the search term first. So let's refine what we discussed before, and later on let's check if the performance here are not improving. So we analyze, okay, the search term, we analyze the ads, let's analyze the targeting. So in terms of bidding optimization, we use Scale Insights to optimize the bid. So if you want to learn more, we did a lot of video about Scale Insights. You can watch a YouTube channel. But overall, like what we suggest is that a software, if you use Scale Insights or any other software, this software will make a small optimization about your bidding, about your bid. So what we like to do, we like to have a both manual approach and also rule-based approach, so with Scale Insights. So in this case, I know that Scale Insights will decrease the bid, also taking into account placement and all the things we discussed before. But what I can do here, if I say that something is not working, I could help the software to make faster changes. So what we like to do, we like to decrease the bid by a maximum 10% per keyword. So if I said that this keyword is not performing, this SOS for this account is not too bad, so we don't want to decrease the bid. But if I feel like the keyword is not performing, I can do a change. Especially if you don't use a software, you can say, okay, let me decrease the bid by 20% for this keyword. 20% is quite a lot to decrease the bid. So we always like to say not a maximum of 10% of increase or decrease. So I will take this keyword, adjust the bid, decrease bid by, and here you select 10%. Or you can increase the bid by 10%. In this account, to be honest, for this campaign, I will not decrease the bid for this keyword, because most likely if we improve the search term, that will help us to improve the SOS of the campaign and the overall sales. So as soon as we refine the campaigns, the search term for this campaign, I will go and start to scale the campaign by increasing the budget, because now I know that we are targeting the right search term with a good SOS and we can scale the campaign. So this is how I would optimize this campaign. I want to do quickly for another campaign. So for the seconds for this other campaign. So let me open this campaign. Okay, again, same process. I'm going to check, do we have a clear naming structure? Yes, perfect. Do we have only one ad group? Yes, perfect. Let me check placement. Where are we getting clicks? I see that we still get clicks on product pages and it's not performing very well. Let me analyze the last 7 days. Okay, I see that top of search is performing quite well. Rest of search is performing quite well. PDP is not performing quite well. So we could keep optimizing the placement to make sure we get clicks only on these two. Okay, so now I'm going to analyze the keyword inside. I see that we have in total 9 keywords inside this campaign, so perfect, under 30 keywords, so we are doing a good job. I see that almost a few of them are spending. And after I go under search term, I analyze the search term, so I sort by spend. I check the search term that is spending the most. I see, are these relevant? Can we add a negative exact or negative phrases to refine our targeting, since it's a broad match campaign? If yes, great, go under negative targeting, add the negative phrase, negative exact. And after that, I will go under ads. I will check, are we targeting the right product? For example, I analyze the last 30 days since I want to get more data. And here I see that overall, like almost all the products are performing quite well. Like this one was not performing very well. We got only 20 clicks, but we post them. We post the product. So, and finally, I will go and check the bid. So are we using the right bid? I know that here we have Screen Insights who's optimizing the bid, but if I feel like the bid is too high, I will decrease the bid by a maximum of 10%, or I will increase the bid by 10% if I feel like there is an opportunity. One last thing that I forgot to say is about the budget. Are we spending the right amount for this campaign? So we'll go under budget and check the budget. But before increasing the budget, I will always make sure we are targeting the right keyword, the right search term, with the right ads. So I really hope this video was useful, and always remember to analyze the top spending campaigns first and do this optimization. We suggest to do this on a daily basis, so we call it a daily check. And so I really hope it was useful. Let me know what you think, and see you in the next video.